Good day, sir. Today we're going to report about Pdea, or the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. So first, let's define what is Pdea, or Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Pdea is the lead anti-drug law enforcement agency responsible for investigating and combating any dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, and essential chemicals within the Philippines. So when we talk about the precursors and essential chemicals, it is the substances used to make drugs.
The functions of the Pdea, or the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, first is we have the enforcement of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, Republic Act 9165. So when we say Pdea, the main function is to conducting thorough investigations to gather evidence, identify suspects, and build strong cases for prosecution. This often involves undercover operations, surveillance, and the use of informants. Executing arrest of suspects involve the drug-related activities, ensuring adherence to legal procedures and due process. Seizing and confiscating illegal drugs. So, the function also of the Pdea is to confiscating illegal drugs, so drug paraphernalia, and assets acquired through drug-related activities. This involves a proper documentation and chain of custody procedure to maintain the integrity of the evidence. Next is the suppression of the supply of dangerous drugs. So when we say suppression of the supply of dangerous drugs, it is conducting raids of drug dens. So the Pdea, or the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, will conduct raids on drug dens, so laboratories and distribution points to seize drugs and arrest suspects. These operations often require meticulous planning, intelligence gathering, and coordination with other law enforcement agencies. So it also identifying and targeting major drug traffickers and their networks. This involves intelligence gathering and investigative techniques to dismantle entire criminal organizations, seizing assets acquired through drug trafficking, such as properties, vehicles, and bank accounts. This aims to financially cripple drug trafficking organizations and deter future involvement. So the third one is to control and regulations of the legitimate use of dangerous drugs. So issuing license. So to control and regulation of the legitimate use of dangerous drugs, so the Pdea will issue license and permits for the legal use and handling of controlled substances for medical use and research purposes, ensuring compliance with regulations. So it also monitoring the inventory of controlled substances to prevent diversion to illegal channels. And next is the implementing security measures to safeguard controlled substances from the theft or misuse. So the fourth one is supervision of anti-drug activities of other agencies. So sharing intelligence and information with other agencies to enhance operational effectiveness, conducting joint operations with other agencies to maximize resources and expertise. Then the last one is coordination with the stakeholders. So when we say coordination with the stakeholders, it is working with other government agencies. So you are working with other agencies, health, education, social welfare, to development and implement comprehensive anti-drug strategies. So partnering with NGOs to provide support services to drug users and their family. So those are the functions of the Pdea, the enforcement of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, RA 9165, suppression of the supply of dangerous drugs, control and regulation of the legitimate use of dangerous drugs, supervision of anti-drug activities of other agencies, and coordination with stakeholders. What are the powers of the Pdea? So the Pdea shall take charge into custody and proper disposition and destruction of all size surrendered dangerous drugs, plant sources of dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, and essential chemicals, instruments, paraphernalia, and or laboratory equipment, and their representative samples from the law enforcement. So that is the functions of the Pdea, or the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency.
So now let's talk about the operations of Pdea or the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. First is the drug bust. Drug busts are high-stakes operation involving raids on suspected drug dens, laboratories, and distribution points. When we say raid, it is the act of arresting suspects involved in drug-related crimes, seizing illegal drugs and substances, and gathering evidence for prosecution. The goal of these drug busts is not only to arrest suspects but also to seize illegal drugs, drug paraphernalia, and any assets obtained through illegal activities. So, when we say drug bust, it is the operations involve carefully planned raids on locations suspected of being involved in drug manufacturing, distribution, or use. The main goal of these drug busts is to arrest individuals involved in all aspects of illegal drug trade, from producers and distributors to users and traffickers. Pdea also aims to destroy the financial resources supporting drug operations. This involves seizing of illegal drugs, drug-making equipment or paraphernalia, and any assets such as property, vehicles, and money that believed to have been acquired through illegal drug activities. These seizures destroy the financial capabilities of drug organizations. Next is the interdiction. Interdiction focuses on preventing the entry of illegal drugs into the Philippines. Pdea works closely with customs officials and other agencies at all ports of entry such as airports, seaports, and border crossings. So when we say interdiction, in Pdea context, this refers to preventing illegal drug trafficking. It is a proactive approach, focuses on preventing illegal drugs from entering the Philippines. So when we say proactive approach, this means acting ahead of time or reacting before something bad occurs. So Pdea though close partnerships with custom officials. When we say custom officials, these are the one inspecting cargo and baggages and prevent smuggling and trade fraud, and other law enforcement agencies at all points of entry like airports, seaports, and land borders. So, Pdea use advanced technologies including drug sniffing dogs, also known as narcotic detection dogs. This is also known as K9. So, X-ray machines and other detection tools to screen individuals and shipments for concealed drugs. So, through this, we can screen individuals to know if they carry illegal drugs. Pdea also use profiling techniques to identify suspicious individuals and shipments. They also work with international law enforcement agencies such as International Police Organization and United States Drug Enforcement Administration to track and stop drug shipments before they reach Philippine borders. This is what I'm talking about, involves utilizing advanced technologies, the drug sniffing dogs or the narcotic detection dogs or K9s, X-ray machines, and profiling techniques. Third is the education and awareness campaigns. Pdea conducts widespread educational campaigns to raise public awareness about the dangers of drug abuse. So they focus on vulnerable populations including youth, school, and communities at higher risk of drug abuse. The campaign aimed to educate individuals about the risks and consequences of drug abuse or drug use, including health problems, legal impact, and social damage. These are utilized through public service announcements, school-based programs such as lectures and workshops, and community-level initiatives. Pdea works closely with rehabilitation centers and other relevant agencies to ensure individuals arrested for drug offenses or who voluntarily surrendered have access to appropriate treatment and aftercare services.